Emily is a sterling that has been on the island since Scott had returned from America. And she pulls alongside her the NWR flyer, but since the time she had it, she had been starting to feel underwhelmed with the amount of people that were constantly visiting from the flyer itself. And since she was running on the branch line, so Stephen Topham had decided to call it the Wild Branch Line norflyer, and was planning to have a second service. But with Emily, just having Emily would be too much of a stress. But since the order of the new coaches had been delayed, it had been decided to send Emily back to the big station with the flyer to handle the more express trains. But she seemed to always strain whenever leaving the station, which Gordon has started to notice.
Caydin, with his friends, work hard to keep the railway on the magical island of Sodor running smoothly by delivering people and goods up on the branch lines or on the main line. These are Caydin's stories of the North Western Railway Season 2.
Episode 5, Emily and the Wild Branch norflyer's new route. I still would like to say thank you Finn/GWR Productions for his involvement in the previous episode of Toad Stands By. Even though I had to voice him a lot with the amount of voice lines he sent me, it was still a good one. And I hope you all will like it too. Now let's get on to the video. Oh wait, one last thing. The harbour nor the coaches have been ready yet, so take this with a grain of salt in a way. Of a few episodes ago of me saying that we were getting new coaches, even though they haven't arrived, let alone haven't been purchased yet, because I'm working on a limited budget to try and get both coaches and the harbour done, and that's above getting the new engine Spencer too, which I'll make a post about it when they do come, or if I have purchased them. Now let's get on to the video. As Emily puffed into the sheds, we were listening to the radio of a recent railway series book from the Rev Wilbur Tawdry himself. As she puffed into the sheds, Peter needed to go out to take a goods train. "See ya," he said, as then he puffed away to collect his goods train. As then Henry started to puff into the sheds, but he saw Emily was rather worn out. "What's wrong there?" "It's just the flyer, it's just too high paced for me." with the amount of people, I reckon Sir Stephen Top Hat needs to put on more services or more coaches. True, but what can he do? There's only a few of us. Even then, you're running from the branch line, which even then restricts us even more. So that basically puts you at a disadvantage. Not unless, said an engine, if you use me. Just then, Charlie puffed up as he then got onto the turntable and puffed backwards as Boko needed to go and take Unlimited. As even then, the turntable controller, no, the operator of the turntable, clearly didn't know which track to use or turn to. As then Shauna said, I could technically run on the branch, but very slow. I was made for mainline services, so was I, but even then I can't keep up anyways. What about one of the Scottish twins? I said. Maybe, but I really don't know. Wait a minute, when Donald put up to the local a few days ago, okay, perhaps he would. Really? I bet so, said Donald. What you doing here, Donald? I came here after a good long trip from pulling another local. Even then, I'm starting to miss Dougie a bit. From all these trips, I really don't know how we're gonna do it. True. Even then, I believe I have someone that can help you with that. What would that be? I believe I can, Emily, he said. As it seems like you're struggling with the current fleet of the Wild Branch Norflyer, I've decided to put an order into Crowens Gates Works for a new engine. The engine won't be finished for a couple of years. Even then, I'm sure Donald can help alongside the others. As for the mainline fleet, I have a plan. For the mainline, we're going to put on a new flyer, the Wild Norflyer, which is basically the Wild Nor'Wester, but it has the same purposes as the original flyer. Just about like stopping at the airport on the Olstead branch, but instead just gonna help out the rush hours still, just like the original flyer, which is gonna come in alongside the new batch of Wild Nor'Wester coaches, unless we need them to be turned in to the Wild Norflyer to speed up production. Okay, sir, but who's gonna pull this new train? That's simple. I've been thinking for a while, and I reckon Shiner would do the job. Me, sir? Yes. You're just the engine needed. You would be in your pulling strength, and would mean the Wild Nor'Wester would just have Gordon and Scott, while then you and another engine will take the flyer, which I also will put an order in. Or what about that A4 that you purchased? Ah, yes. He's been delayed. Same as the coaches. Because the works are currently still working on both of them. So, until then, Shauna, you'll be on the Wild North Flyer, while Emily will be on the Wild Branch North Flyer. Organ's names, yes, but worth it, also yes. But until then, you, Emily, will do the flyer on the main line. So then, things could be up for a bit until things could be arranged. But since you're going to be running on the main line for a while, Charlotte can still help out there. Understand? Yes, sir, said the two engines. Now, good night. Have a lovely Sunday roast to enjoy. Good day. As he walked away. Well, that's perfect, said Emily. Yes, indeed, said China. It's really great, too. I've always wanted an express train that was lighter than the Wild Northwester. True. But even then, technically I'm your fourth express engine anyways. True. Just then, James puffed in grandly. Hello, all, how is things going today, eh? Quite good actually now. I'm gonna get some help on the flyer, as soon we're gonna have one on the main line. Ah, perfect. So, how long is this gonna be, eh? Dunno. How about this? I'll help you out on the Wild Branch North Flyer, is it? Technically, for a while, it's just gonna be the Wild North Flyer instead of the NWR Flyer, because people mix it up for it being the Northwestern Railway Flyer. Ah, indeed, said James. Good night, said Eagle, who was in the back of the sheds, as we went to sleep that night, while Sir Stephen Topham Hatt was thinking in his office. As Sir Stephen Topham Hatt was then thinking of who else to put onto the flyer. As then, Whiff was just coming into the station to take away the coaches for the evening, as there was no other trains going on during that time. As he had been up since and hadn't gone home for that evening to contemplate about which ending to put onto the flyer. No, it can't be Gordon, because he has responsibilities on the main line. It can't be Henry either. No, it can't be Eagle. He has heavy goods duties. No, it can't be Donald. He's too busy as well. As he heard Bill and Ben crash in the background and go, bother! You can't put Broker on, he's got other trains to deal with. Can't put Derek on, he's needed on the branch. As then the unlikeliest engine came to his mind. That could work, he said, as he stepped out of his office and realised he had no way home when, as then lady puffed up. Would you like a ride to Wellsworth, sir? Of course, he said. Hop aboard then, she said, as he went to her cab. As once he was on board, lady set off to Wellsworth. As Sir Stephen said, "You're quite smooth runner, you are." "Of course I am," she said. As then the next day, lady puffed in with Sir Stephen Top Hat. As lady went to rest, Sir Stephen talked to James. "James, I know we've been on bad terms for a while, but I would like you to pull the flyer with Emily from now on." "Really?" "Yep, it would help out her immensely, since you are a more suitable engine." "Why, thank you, sir. But for the moment, I still want you to pull the local, even though they've been painted up to be the old mainline coaches, because they're going to go on to Edwards Branch soon, as soon as we get the new stock of local coaches too." "Alright, sir. Meanwhile, Emily, you get ready to pull the flyer." "Okay, sir," she said. Just then, a driver ran up to see Sir Stephen. "Sir, Gordon's fallen ill. He can't build up steam. Bother. Send for another engine. Scott is needing to be sent off to the works today, sir. Merlin's off pulling goods." "Sir," said lady from the back of the shed, "let Emily pull the train. I'll get it ready for her and get her started. All she needs to do is get the train to Wellsworth, ain't it?" "Yes, why?" "'Cause then another engine can take over from there. Or at least assist her on the way back. Or two." "True. Right, all settled then. Emily, you get ready for the flyer. And the Wild Nor'wester too. Lady, I wish you the best of luck. Same for you, Emily." "Yes, sir." As Emily got ready to be turned around, as she set it off for the harbour that was still under construction but had an airport. "I'll be going to," said lady, as she went off too. Since the last time, the harbour had been given quite a new makeover. There had been put up a station and a new airport terminus too. As then, it was then officially named the Knapford Airport. As simply, it was in the place of Knapford. As then lady puffed up to the coaches And then all she had to do was blow a whistle, and then she teleported to the back of the train. There we go, she said. All ready for Emily. As Sir Stephen Topham Hatt was waiting to see how it would go down. As Emily puffed on confidently, Sir Stephen said, "Be careful, Emily, don't push yourself too hard." "We don't need to, sir," said her driver. "We just need to hold her back." Ho ho, very funny. But seriously, be careful. "Of course we will, sir. Donald will help you up the hill. All you need to do is get to Wellsworth." "Okay, sir." "Ready, lady?" "Ready, Emily." As then the two struggled and strained. As then Emily had to dig her wheels in deep. As then she struggled and strained. "We can do it, we can do it," said the two. As the coaches said, we can't. As then the two coasted out of the station brilliantly and onto the main line. As Lady would stop after a while and magically uncouple herself with her gold dust that no one knew she had. As then Emily got to Wellsworth to find Donald already there. "You ready?" said Donald. "Hopefully," said Emily. "Right, let me just get to the back of ye." As he got ready. "Ready? Ready?" As the two started up for the hill. As then Emily boldly went forwards first, as her wheels gripped onto the sand that Donald had laid out for her earlier. As Donald pushed onto the coaches as they once more said, we can't. "Oh, stop being ignorant," said Donald. As they forced the coaches up the hill. And then down the other side. Oh, that was a good one. As the two got to Barrow in record time. And then began the approach back. As then Emily charged boldly forwards again. Just like how Gordon did in episode 1 of the main series. As Edward was waiting at the bottom of the hill with his branch line train, he then saw a streak of emerald green just barely stopping at Wellsworth. "See ya, Edward," said Emily, as Edward stood there shocked. "Never seen her go so fast," he said. As then Sir Stephen Topham Hatt heard Emily come in. As then whistles were up right everywhere as they came to cheer Emily off. As then Edward came to take the coaches away. After the passengers had disembarked and congratulated Emily on her good effort, as Sir Stephen Topham Hatt fainted. "Not again," said Edward. But then he went to just MC Bun. As Edward felt proud of Emily. As Emily backed in to the sheds, Edward, who had felt proud of her, came in to congratulate her. "You know," he said, You remind me of my younger days pulling the express. Even when Gordon once had wanted to prove that he was the absolute best and decided to go and break his tender brakes. Indeed, said Boko. That was well embarrassing for him too. Ha ha, said Gordon, who had heard everything. Bear in mind, I only did that to let you pull the train. Now it's because you thought you would do some proper work. Thomas, how did you get here? Plot convenience. Stow it. It's fine. As then they laughed and laughed. It would have been great to see you fully fly by. I heard you did good with the passengers too. They wouldn't stop singing your praises. Did he? Indeed. You've done better than your classmates did before they were scrapped. I couldn't have said it better than myself, Edward, said Sir Stephen Topham. Emily, you are going to get a fresh new coat of green paint, and your coaches will be given another V coat too. How about that? Oh, sir, can they also be given names? Oh, right then. Oh, listen. Well, sir, I said, I've already named one. Now to be old slow coach being Keris. Ah. What else do you have in mind then? Actually, sir, said Edward, I have an idea. What would that be? One of my old drivers. Or shall I say, my driver's wife, being Kate. Alright then. Kate it shall be. Any other ideas, etc.? Nope. Nope, not whatsoever, sir. Good, Kate it shall be. And then, hopefully I can get you more coaches too, Emily. Because, one, we can't have a flyer without more coaches, am I right? You'll potentially get one more coach or two more. As the main line counterpart will have an extra 5 coaches. Considering that it's only going to be handled by smaller engines. Sir, what about me for coaches? You will share them with Emily. Oh, alright. And for that, as well as for the airports, another airport's going to be opened. But I shan't tell you anymore, else I'll spoil a future story. And this marks an end of this story, but don't worry, but for next time, there's gonna be another episode out. But as I said from the beginning of this episode, I'll let you all know when I've got the new coaches for the new services. But I may have another plan up in mind for another express service that will be handled by another few engines too. But since we're getting close to where Pip and Emma would exist, let's just say I have plans in mind for that too. But I can't say it because else it will be spoiling future stories. But since James is now a full-time express engine, he'll have a share of the spotlight, but I can't say any more. But see you next time.